Hey, hey, hey. Good evening from a cold and wet. I was hoping it'd be snowy. Running springs here in Southern California. Those are here in SoCal getting to experience the winter weather we have going on here. Anyways, um, always love coming with you, posing a question, a thought here, and wanted to pose this question to you. Are you situationally aware, or how do you get situationally aware about what's going on in your life, be it your business, relationships? Um, and I have learned over time to cultivate that in helping bring people into my life that speak truth in love. I would say uh, a long time I used to be too nice, and I wasn't situationally aware of what really was going on with people because of my niceness. Would kind of inhibit me, not kind of, it did inhibit me in the ability to be aware and get truth and to really hear what was going on with people. They're like, "Oh, David's a nice guy. David's a nice guy." And I used to think that was a positive thing. I realized that it was not as positive as I thought it was. I would actually say, in many ways, it's a derogatory term now. I'd actually want to say my kind, and kind to one another. So idea of situationally aware, meaning, do you have any kind of mirror or people in your life kind of giving you kind of truth, meaning the best friends, the best people in your life that can not tell you what to do. They literally just reflect back what you're saying, how you're acting, how you're showing up. And I do the same for others that I care and support of. I want to be a reflection back as to what's going on in their life so they can be situationally aware, can understand the circumstances that they find themselves in, and then can actually do something about it. Um, Oftentimes we are not clued in or clear about the situation that we find ourselves in and what the steps that we need to take in order to remedy that, right? So, do you have people in your life that can be that mirror? For those that are married, one of the best, hopefully, people is our spouse, our husband, our wife that can give that. Now, I'll grant you that's hard to pill to swallow sometimes because we think we know more than we actually do. We may have an awareness of this, and it takes time and effort. And the five voices, which I've talked about before, one of these voices in that suite is called a blind spot. We often think we're better at it than we are. So for me, I'm a connector. That's the voice in there. A connector is very resourceful. I'm about relationships and supporting one another, but what I have a blind spot on is actually nurturing and connecting and understanding where people are emotionally. Physically, you can obviously see if somebody's hurt, but emotionally being present, understanding that. And so I often go to being resourceful and being kind of going in consulting mode to help people. And I'm not aware of, like, oh, they actually just need to be emotionally cared for at this moment and taken care of and considered. And so we have blind spots. We all have them, right? It's like, how do you get clarity on the blind spots? You know, you've driven a car at some point in your life, you're changing lanes and you get a honk because you were not aware that there was a car to the left or right of you. They were in your blind spot, right? So again, being situationally aware is so important for a variety of reasons. I'm focused primarily on relationships, hence my podcast, Intelligent Human Leadership. It's about humans, connections, sharing relationships, and being aware of ourselves. And then how do we relate to others? I was talking to someone the other day about understanding who they were, how they showed up, and how they could relate to a different person in the way they operate, right? If but at first with our starts with our own understanding. How do we triggered? How are we? What's our tendencies? I had a great conversation with some other giants today, meaning giant guides that I collaborate with, and we were talking about our tendencies. What are our tendencies? If we don't document those, if we don't write those down, we may not be aware of how we're showing up and how are responding or reacting to situations. Yes, it takes a bit of energy and focus, but it is definitely worth it. Um, I recognized for years, based on the way I was raised, uh, I would shut down or I would not react in a positive way with my wife. Of course, we worked over time, much better place now, but it took intentionality and focus and realize, okay, and then this situation happens, when this dynamic occurs, I I become aware and I make changes. But here's a thing that we have to work on or be aware of. I was talking to a colleague today. Our brains are hardwired to not expend energy unnecessarily. And unfortunately, sometimes there's patterns and behaviors that don't serve us, they're not doing well for us, but to invest energy to become, say, situationally aware, to get perspective and understanding means we have to break a cycle of thinking and a way of being so that way we can get that outside input, and that is not our normal way of being. So when I come with you and share about steward your business and what I'm doing here, I'm encouraging you to, challenge the way your brain is working or not working for you, so that you can come and show up in a more powerful way and an influential way around those in your life, in your work. And that is to me so very important. That's why I'm super passionate about why I'm bringing this message to you, why I've been, you know, building up Steward Your Business, is to help both business owners and their teams and individuals in this journey. Had a great conversation the other day with a gentleman about this and getting clear on what he really wants and where he wants to go. And so, he was looking at the situation of his life saying, okay, well, physically, I'm in this area. I don't really know it very well. I'm not quite in the best job that I thought it would be. And so, understanding, okay, here's the ramifications and what's the influences here? How is this affecting how I'm showing up? So evaluating the situations you find yourself in and finding honestly number one is knowing yourself, but if you can bring other people into your sphere, uh, and be willing to let your guard down, let the defenses down, and let them speak truth, followed with love. But if I found truth can be hurtful, but it can be helpful if you allow it to be. And I think a lot of people nowadays are like, I don't want to. I don't really want to hear the truth. I want it. I want it to be whatever, not the truth in the sense that they're seeking their own understanding and not getting true grounded in reality, and they don't want to hear from other people that challenge their viewpoint, that challenge the way they view the world. And I'm all for it. I could be wrong, I could be off course here, and if I am or you think so, drop comments in here. It's okay. I'm okay to collide and disagree. I'm not here to, you know make everybody say, "Oh, yay, rah, rah, David's got the right answers." Believe me, I'm learning and sharing my journey with you. But to have a community and a tribe, if you will, that is willing to speak truth to you, to reflect back how you're showing up and say, "Man, I really missed the mark here. I could show up in a much more powerful way." Embrace that. It's why I go to my warrior council group once a month. I'm surrounded with 20, 30 other men that are pursuing this way, and we talk and we share about our lives and we say, "You know what? This is where I'm showing up." And they're like, "That's not good." Or, "Hey, have you thought about this? Have you considered this?" And so it's why I have many multiple men's groups that I'm a part of, because I recognize how I can self-delude myself and lie. And there's a great book that I use in the warrior world where we talk about stop lying, start living it today. We all lie. I I'm guilty of it. We lies probably lies more of omission than commission. But we delude ourselves, and so we're not aware. We're not situationally aware of what's going on around us, and we need people to speak truth in love in our life. Speak that truth and bring those. Do you have those people in your life that you can know without a shadow of a doubt are going to speak truth to you? If you don't have those people, find them as soon as you can, or if you want to ask me, come join the program here at Steward Your Business. We have this trial, we have this space for that rawness and to be real and to get feedback. in a supportive environment, not where we're trying to shame you or tear you down. It's about lifting you up and making sure that you're the best version of yourself in this journey. That's why I'm so passionate about people being aware, situationally aware, emotionally aware of the dynamics in their marriage, in their business, the way they show up with their kids, the way they show up in their community. So very important. So I just wanted to get on here tonight because, like I said, every day I'm committed to bringing value and supporting you along this journey. If this resonates with you, of course, hit me up. Drop your comments in because I love hearing from other people. How have you gotten situationally aware? What was a book you read, something you listened to that helped you gain perspective on the way you were showing up? What groups do you participate in? Drop them in here. Be encourage others because as a community, we will learn more. And I mentioned this yesterday when I came on live. We'll go farther together than we will alone. And so, if you can be willing to be vulnerable and open and start to share with others, open up your life, you'll be amazed at the progress and growth you will actually have in your own life. So please go ahead and share comments. You can message me directly. Some of you have, which again I really appreciate. If you feel like that's a better way to reach me, send me a message on Messenger, Instagram. I'm on all the different platforms here. I'm trying to reach where people are at. So you can message me that way directly. My email, I'll drop a link in here too where you can get all my contact information if you don't have it already. But the reality is, don't go it alone. Don't wait another day trying to navigate this on your own. um, if you're struggling and frustrated and you're like, man, I just messed it up again and I just missed the mark, well, let's not berate ourselves. Let's just recognize where you're at and let's get you in a place of power and prosperity and where you're moving and making progress in your life. That's an awesome place to be. And I want to encourage you that today. So I hope you guys, and appreciate you, just those of you who've jumping on and just shared some love and some encouragement. That's what I'm about here at the end of the day, encouraging you. Here's the end of the day, Monday. So go into the evening knowing that, number one, you are cared for, that you know you have a place, that you're not alone, and that you have in me and Steward Your Business, you have an advocate for you and a program and resources available to you. So if you're feeling that calling and you're hearing that and you're like, man, I need to move, I got to get out of this pain in the situation of where I'm continually being stuck and hurting myself and hurting those around me, let's move. Let's move on it. I'm grateful for you guys to hang on with me today. And I'll be back in tomorrow. That's my commitment. Is every day I'm sharing nuggets and wisdom and what I'm learning along this journey, so that it's I'm going along with you. This isn't David knows all. I'm sharing and hopefully lifting somebody up and encouraging somebody, and I would encourage you to do the same along your own journey. So look and find ways that you can be situationally aware and be a mirror back to others around you. And I'll leave you with that. Have a beautiful night. Stay warm in California here. It's a bit colder and wetter tonight. So be careful out there if you're driving on the roads. And we'll pick up with you again tomorrow. All right. Love you guys. Have a great night.